Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Dom and today I'm going to be taking you through my 3 favorite JavaScript methods: map, filter, and reduce. Now before diving into the code, I just want to briefly go over each one. Map lets you take an array of items and then convert each item into a new one based on the existing one. The resulting array is the same length as the original. Filter allows you to take an array and then filter out any items that don't pass the criteria which you pass in. The resulting array's length is most likely going to be less than the original. And lastly, reduce allows you to reduce down an array into a singular value, which is typically not an array, but instead things like a number or a string. So now I want to head into VS Code and show you an example of each one of those methods being used. And for all those examples, I'll be using the exact same array of people, so basically just an array of person objects, just so it's consistent and you're able to better understand the difference between each one of those methods. But before we get into that, I just want to say, if you're new around here, consider subscribing, as I've got plenty of fantastic web development tutorials and projects on my channel. Alright, so we're going to be starting off with the map method. Okay, so right here, I've got my array of people. So every single item inside this array is an object representing a single person. So right here, these people have a name, age, and occupation. And like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be using this same array in every single example in today's video. Now, in the case of map, we're going to be using the map method to give us a new array containing each person's name. So only the name part of every single person here. So we're going to just minimize this and then drop down, and we're going to be declaring a new constant called names. So this names constant is going to be the result of calling the map method. We're going to say people.map, and then inside here we're going to pass through a function. So you can think of this function as a conversion function. So this conversion function is going to apply to every single item inside your array. So we're going to take through, or we're going to be accepting a person here. Now I'm using the shorthand arrow syntax array here. So we can see basically this function here is going to apply for every single person inside the array of people. So we're going to say right inside here, return person.name. So essentially, whatever value you decide to return from this function, that is going to be what gets used in the resulting array, once the map method has been ran. Okay, so now if I console.log the names here, we can see in the bottom right, upon saving, we get right here an array of each individual person's name inside our original array. And we can see also that the length of the array is the same as the original, because of course with map, you're simply applying a conversion function to every single item inside your array, and whatever you return from that function, that is going to be what gets used in the resulting array. So that is your map method. Now moving on to the filter method, we're going to be using the same array here, but this time we're going to be using filter to filter out any people that are not over the age of 30. Okay, so in the resulting array, we only expect Dom and Bruce to be returned. Okay, so basically we just want to filter out Amy because her age is under 30. Okay, so let's minimize the array once again and go down here, and we're going to say const over 30s. So basically, of course, as the name suggests, it's going to be an array of people over 30 years of age. And we're going to say here people.filter. Okay, so the filter method, much like map, is going to take through a function. This time the function is going to be more of a test. Okay, so you're defining a test which must pass for the item to be returned inside your results array. So inside here, we're going to once again grab onto the person, and I'll just make this a little bit smaller. So we're going to be grabbing onto the person here. Okay, now it's going to be a simple case of returning true or false. So if this function returns true, then your person is going to exist in your resulting array. If not, they're going to be excluded. So I can return here a check. I can say return person.age is greater than or equal to 30. So of course, this expression is going to give me true for Dom and Bruce, since of course their age is more than 30. But for Amy, that condition is going to give me false, therefore she's not going to be included in my result. So now if I console.log the over 30s array, I save this here, we can see in the console we get two items. We get the exact same objects as we did in the people. So, like we saw earlier, map's going to change this, but with filter, you get the exact same item back. But of course, we only get two items here, Dom and Bruce, as these ones are going to pass the condition which you pass through. And that is your filter method. It's also important to know that you can actually chain these methods onto one another. Okay, so for example, I've got my filtered over 30s here, like I just showed you, but I can then say right down here, because the result of the filter method is going to be a new array, it's still an array, which means I can call .map onto the result of this. So I can say .map, I can once again take through a person object, then I can just say, once again, return person.name. So now we're actually getting the name of every single person over the age of 30 with this whole chain here. So if I save this, we can see in the console we get Dom and Bruce instead of the previous example where we actually got the full object, and that of course is due to the usage of map at the end here. So you might definitely find it useful to chain your methods together like I've just shown. And lastly, we've got the reduce method. Okay, so the reduce method is probably one of the more complicated ones out of the three, but it's definitely super powerful. Okay, so like I mentioned at the beginning, the reduce method is used to reduce down your array into a singular value. Okay, so right here with the people, I want to be able to find the total of every single person's age. So basically, I want to add up 35 plus 26 plus 55, and we're going to be using reduce to achieve that. Okay, so going down here, let's make a new constant called total age. Okay, of course, this total age refers to the result of all those numbers added up, and now we're going to use reduce. So we're going to say people.reduce. Okay, then it's going to take through a function just like the previous two methods. So this one here is going to take through multiple parameters. So I'm going to pass through here total and then person. Okay, so let me explain these two parameters right here. So this function is going to run for every single person inside my array, or every single item inside my array. And that is what your person's going to be, just like the previous two examples. So person is always going to refer to the object down here, name, age, and occupation. This total here, this essentially is going to represent the current value as we loop through every single person. So we need this temporary parameter, okay, to cumulatively add up every single age. So it's basically just a placeholder which eventually turns into our final result. Much like if you were to loop through this person or this people array manually and try and find the total, you'd have a variable called total which you continuously add to. That is what this one is right here. So when the reduce method first runs and the first item here is going to be, this person here, name Dom, age 35. When this first object goes through, what is the total going to be? Well, you can set an initial value. So that is done by going right down here and providing a value to, right after your function as part of the reduce method. So right here, comma, then say 0. We're going to start counting at 0. So inside here, we're going to return total plus person.age. Okay, so basically we're saying right here total is going to be 0 in this case in the first object. So 0 plus 35 for this first one here, 35. So 0 plus 35. The next object, once the function runs again and we have, our next person inside here, this total is going to be whatever that was returned from the previous iteration. So in this case here, it's going to be 35. Whatever 0 plus 35 is, that is going to be what gets passed through to the total in the next iteration. So the next time this runs, right, when it runs for Amy, it's going to be 35 plus 26. And then as it continues to run, as we iterate through every single person in the array, this total is going to grow. And once we're done, this total is going to be what gets used in the return here of total age. So if I console.log the total age result here, save this, we get 116 inside the console. So that is what your reduce method does. Now, obviously, you're not limited to numbers here. So commonly, you're going to find numbers being used, but you can actually return whatever you want inside here. It's totally up to you. It can be arrays, strings, booleans, whatever you want. So that is the reduce method right there. And that is all for today, guys. If you liked, drop a like and subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.